Hello, we're going to be doing more Mass Effect 2. We were doing Firewalker, that DLC. And we didn't finish it last time. I was really fucking tired when I was streaming last time. I'm more awake this time, so I should be able to do more. Should be able to finish it this time. Then we'll get on to some other stuff. We still have loyalty missions to do, and Arrival, as well as... What is that one called? Overlord. Operation Overlord, that's it. That's a really good DLC. So we mostly got the stuff pieced together in the man cave. Didn't get it all done, but most of it. The only thing we have left to do is mounting speakers on the wall. We should be getting mounts on Wednesday. We should be getting the speaker mounts on Wednesday, which I'm excited about because then I'll be able to.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
All right, then I'll be able to do 7.1 surround sound for my games and movies and shit that support that. Good work on recovering the Hammerhead and One Piece Commander. It will prove useful. Also, the data you recover from the MSV Rosalie's emergency beacon contains significant intel on a few planets that Dr. Case and Dr. Aloy were investigated. EDI has added these locations to your galaxy map. We hope that one of them leads you to the Prothean site. Despite Case's obvious instability, he's proven to be a brilliant and dedicated scientist. If you salvage more of his logs and journals, it would greatly help our efforts. We don't know how the Geth are tracking Dr. Case, so be careful. The artifacts you gathered might give us a lead on the larger Prothean site. They have incredible value as a for historians and might be instrumental in building our understanding of the Prothean legacy. We're going to learn a lot more about the Protheans in the third game. We actually fucking meet one in the third game. Excellent work mitigating the Geth's presence, Commander. We will keep you apprised of further Geth activity should it threaten mission integrity. That was a close one on Karumto, Shepard. Disturbing fact that has come to light in analyzing the channel you use to transmit your findings. Unauthorized transmissions have been sent from the MSV Rosalie to an unknown destination. It is assumed that is how the Geth are tracking Dr. Case to Dr. Aloy. The data you retrieved gives us a definite location for Dr. Case's Prothean site. The doctor was certain that the site held a Prothean revelation of enormous significance. It is recommended that you head there as soon as possible to counter the Geth retrieval missions already in place. Alright, let's see where we go next. We have planets to mine, okay. I guess we're going to mine some planets first. That's always fun. I was hoping with two big spikes right there, that two spikes right there, that right now that would be a better hit than that. Right now, the stereo head unit in the office or in the man cave is just hooked up to speakers and a subwoofer. Two speakers and a subwoofer, and it sounds good. Don't get me wrong. I love those speakers too. I'm so glad I finally got to pull them out of storage. They're huge. They have the full 12-inch subwoofers on them. So they're like floor speakers. If you follow me on Twitter, I posted a little video of them being used. Because I was listening to a record and just kind of wanted to have a video showing off. I have 5 speakers that I'm going to mount on the walls. And that'll be left high, right high, 2 rear speakers, and a center channel. Rear left, rear right, and center channel. I bought 3 pairs of mounts because I'm going to need to mount 1 speaker in the living room eventually. If this is a rich planet, where are all the big spikes? There's one.
Launching probe.
We should be getting those on Wednesday. Tomorrow we should be going to Home Depot to get a board, to get a bigger shelf for the office, and I will finally be able to hook up the stereo in the office that'll have 2 speakers and a subwoofer. And then I won't need to wear headphones constantly, so I'm looking forward to that. Getting that done. I'm also probably going to get more speaker wire. You can never have enough, right? Because I'm probably going to need more on Wednesday.
Probe away. Probe away.
Then I could just plug my headphones into the
Probe away.
stereo up on the shelf for whenever I'm streaming, and I won't need to wear the headphones constantly beyond that. Which is how I did it in the old place. I'll also be able to start setting up part of the entertainment system that I'm going to set up in the office, which I've talked about that in the past. What the fuck? How is there... Really? That's all the spike I'm gonna get? Of course. As soon as I start streaming, somebody messages me on Discord. I'll go hours without getting message on Discord. It's like people know, oh, he's streaming now. Better message him. I don't know.
Probe away.
But I've got, 4 bookshelf speakers or whatever that I found. They're bigger than their typical bookshelf speakers, but they definitely aren't as big as the ones I've got in the man cave.
Launching probe. Probe launched.
That I'm going to plug into a 4-channel stereo. I've got
Launching probe.
I've got most of what I need for that. We're not going to do Product Overlord yet. We're just going to finish the... Oh, there's only one in here. Okay.
Launching probe.
But I've got a... It's got phono on the back of it, so I shouldn't need an amp.
Probe away.
A preamp, rather.
Launching probe.
The stereo that I'm going to be using as a temporary workaround has inputs for a phonograph, so I should not need a preamp for it. But I've got a record player, a tape player, and a CD player. I've also got a VCR in here and
Probe launched.
a Laserdisc player. Those are not going to be hooked up for now. Those will be... I will wait to hook those up until I get a analog to digital converter for my old television. It's an old TG&Y brand, which I think they drop shipped them from another company, but I don't remember who. It's literally older than I am. It was... I looked it up once. It was made in 1980, and it is in black and white. If you're gonna guess that because it's that old, yeah, it is a black and white television. It's cinema. Like, I know I could probably go get a CRT for cheap somewhere, but there's a lot of sentimental value in that particular television because it's the first thing I ever worked hard for. I had it when I was a kid. I bought it when I was a kid for $20 at a pawn shop in Ardmore, Oklahoma. And it's the very first thing I've ever worked hard for. So I want that to be the TV in the office, and I'm going to get a composite video switch
Launching probe.
so that I can plug the VCR and the Laserdisc player into that TV.
Launching probe.
And then consoles. I can swap out different consoles plugged in there as well. Nothing newer than like 5th gen. I wouldn't bother with anything newer than like 5th gen.
Launching probe.
playing them without colors gonna. Playing them black and white, grayscale, whatever is gonna be a little rough anyway. But I'm looking forward to getting that set up. I really need a CD tower. Holy shit! Look at that.
Probe away.
Because I have a bunch of CDs stacked up.
Probe launched. Probe launched.
In the band cave. I will do a little video of that once I get that in the office completely set up. So don't expect that for a little while yet, because I don't have all the parts that I need for the office yet. Like I said, I need a digital converter box. And I need a composite video switcher. Even then, it's not going to be 100% done because the stereo in here is not the one that I want. The one that I want is, or will be, a 4-channel stereo with composite video out to act like a monitor to the TV.
Probe away. Probe launched.
So I will eventually be replacing the stereo and probably selling this old Pioneer.
Launching probe.
That I'm going to set up for the time being. And that'll be like I can have music go on in the background or movies or whatever while I am working on things in the computer room. That's my plan.
Probe launched.
Or I could pay more attention to it, like if a video's rendering, I could just go over there, watch something or play something or whatever.
Probe
You know, that'll be fun.
Probe away.
I'm excited about it. We should be getting a larger shelf tomorrow specifically for that. Also, getting a thing that lets us easier string wires.
Probe away. Launching probe.
And I'm mostly looking forward to getting done with the living room. One of the reasons I haven't really dug into Silent Hill Downpour on my Xbox One X, I got the Xbox 360 physical disc version, which I think you can't even get that on the Microsoft Store. And I think it's probably because it's got a Korn song in it, which is weird. I like Korn, don't get me wrong. In fact, if you go watch that video I posted last night with the just showing off my speakers, I was listening to Follow the Leader on vinyl. I love that album. One of my most listened to albums back in high school.
Launching probe.
But it's just weird that it's got a Korn song, because when you think Silent Hill, it's not really the kind of thing that you think of. It's a good song, though.
Probe away.
It's just a strange fit. And from what I gather, the development team agreed, and it was Konami that mandated a Korn song. I could be wrong about that, so don't quote me on that. But that I've heard that. I've heard that said.
Probe away.
Okay, I can't do anything at that one. Alright, let's head back to the mass relay. Buy more fuel. And buy more probes. So we can head to Firewalker Geth incursion. Only 2 planets, huh? I love this game so much.
Probe away. Probe away.
Those speakers, though, I found them. Someone, when I lived in Pennsylvania, and this was probably 2012 or maybe 2011, somewhere in there. I was just, I don't remember where I was going, but someone had set them on the side of the road and was throwing them out. I was like, those things are massive. And it was after a big rainstorm, so they were wet, and they had water inside them. And I was like, I'm going to take these home. I'm going to set them on the porch and let them dry out for a few days. And then I'm going to take them inside, and we'll see if they work. Because these things were absolutely fucking huge. And I did that, and lo and behold, they worked.
Anomaly detected. Probe away.
Alright, there we go.
I have found something. Launching probe.
Now let's scan the planet for resources first.
Probe away. Probe away.
Very nice.
Probe.
And they sound great. I think they're if I remember right, they are Pioneer, which really isn't a bad brand by any stretch of the imagination. So yeah, I got them completely free. Someone had just thrown them out, and I was like, "Yeah, what if those will work?" And they did. And we had them hooked up in a spare bedroom in a place I was staying that worked like a set that he had set up like a second living room for a while. It didn't even have speaker wire. We just had this thin piece of wire that was we had to run two wires. Because it wasn't the double-sided like speaker wire is. Had to run two wires to get both positive and negative hooked up on the speakers.
Warning. Prolonged exposure to extreme temperatures may degrade engine performance. Mission objectives located. Atmospheric data acquired. Engine temperature stabilizing. Caution. Engine temperature falling. Extraction complete.
Look at this miserable cold. Holy shit.
Extraction complete. Extraction complete. Caution. Engine temperature falling. Extraction complete. Extraction complete.
5.
Extraction complete.
4. 3.
Extraction complete.
2.
Warning. Engine temperature below recommended parameters.
I know, we've got one left after this, though.
Extraction complete.
What do you want me to do?
Caution. Engine temperature falling. Warning. Engine temperature below recommended parameters.
Last one.
Extraction complete.
I believe we've done it.
There we go. There were no Geth in the one called Geth Incursion. What's up with that? But there was in the other one. Got another 2,500 credits. We're going to need to go back to the Citadel at some point because we still have upgrades to buy there. I'm really looking forward to really immersing myself into Silent Hill Downpour with a good surround sound setup, you know. This the best way to do it. That's the best way to do a horror game. And I haven't really played Downpour before. Prothean Ruin, Investigate Object Overlord Tally, Shadowbroker Base, Ilium, Tachanka. Alright, last part of this DLC is the Prothean Ruin. Who keeps messaging me? Why are you messaging me 3 times while I'm streaming? I'll have to respond later. Oh boy, let's start scanning planets. Ooh, Ezo.
Probe away. Launching probe. Launching probe.
Lots of big spikes. Look at this.
Probe away. Launching probe. Launching probe. Launching probe.
This place has a lot of stuff, doesn't it?
Probe launched. Probe away. Probe launched. Probe away.
Okay, they're depleted. Okay. 33. Okay, so there's 3. There's quite a few planets we're going to be visiting here. Numerous galaxies. And we're going to be a resource hog for all of them. Just like this.
Probe launched. Launching probe. Launching probe. Probe away.
Depleted already. That's fast? Okay. What about you? Kerr.
Probe away. Probe
I actually got paid out by Twitch a second time. That's $70. I don't remember if I mentioned this on stream or not. If I talked about that, but yeah. I don't ever expect to be paid, but I've been paid by Twitch twice now. I don't ever expect to be paid by Twitch. I was like, oh hey, additional income. I don't really do this to try to make money. But I did make money, which was nice.
launched.
I was going to get Doom: The Dark Ages because I really fucking want that game. Cause I'm the Doom dog. I fucking named after the series. Of course, I want Doom: The Dark Ages.
Probe launched. Probe launched. Probe launched.
But I was like, it's so close to my birthday, which is coming up in like a little over 2 weeks.
Probe launched. Probe away.
And it's like, what if somebody got that for me for my birthday, I would hate to, buy it for myself and then, oh, by the way, someone got it for me for my birthday. You go to this one, then we'll go Pamiat, and then...
Anomaly detected.
Ooh.
I have found something.
Okay, so we're gonna scan the planet, and then we're gonna go do whatever side mission that is.
Probe launched.
But so I decided instead that I would get Deep Space Nine, which is the next Star Trek show that I haven't in line to watch in order of release, because it was released towards the late in the run of started airing late in the run of The Next Generation.
Probe launched.
So it's the next one in line for me to watch. And the Walmart here had a DVD box set that is the complete series, every single episode,
Launched.
on 47 discs for $70, for like 70 something dollars. And I elected to get
Probe
that.
away. Probe launched.
So now I've got a whole shitload of Star Trek to watch.
Probe away.
Looking forward to it. I've heard nothing but high praise for Deep Space Nine. I've heard it's one of the best Star Trek shows. I quite liked the original series. I loved the original series. Even bad episodes of the original series, I still enjoy watching the characters, watching them interact with each other.
Probe launched.
There's just something kind of comforting about it. And then I have all 6 original series movies, and some of those are great. The first one is the original Star Trek movie is so fucking slow. It is so fucking slow.
I am detecting a single Quarian life sign in your location. Judging by the suit's erratic readings, the Quarian is badly injured. I am also detecting multiple native life signs near your landing site.
And then I have the animated series, which is basically an animated version of the original series. It's like a season 4 of the original series, except it's animated. and then all 7 seasons of Star Trek: The Next Generation, and all 4 Next Generation films. A lot of the films are good though. Like Star Trek II: Wrath of Khan is fucking amazing. We managed to escape the guest notice thanks to some clever work in silencing the Syniad's engines, but the strain on the old ship was too much. The best we could hope for is a friendly spot somewhere in the Sheol system. Our reports show that it isn't extremely unlikely. We were nervous scouting across this close to the Perseus Veil. We were right to be at this point. I'm afraid we might never see the fleet again with everything going on. The Syniad has gone through its seemed ignoble end. The landing was rough, but we managed to salvage the wreckage, the things we need to survive. Unfortunately, Lieutenant Commander Gorlat didn't make it, leaving me the senior officer in charge. We've scouted the landscape and found the planet to be extremely hostile. We don't dare remove our environmental suits here. We're hoping to be rescued before any danger of exposure. I don't know who or what is taking them, but we've now lost more than half the crew, survived the crash. We hope to build a camp and survive until the Adene found our beacon, but something is hunting us. I have the crew. I have to keep the crew together as best I can. We will send out a search party when the days come. Then I will find my crew and we will do whatever it takes to return to the Adene. Star Trek 3 is pretty good. Not amazing, but pretty good. Christopher Lloyd as playing a Klingon's fucking great, though. I love that. Star Trek 4 is a really fun one. It's doesn't take itself too seriously. It leans more into the humor, and the humor is good. It plays with the characters in funny and entertaining ways.
Quarian life signs are stabilized. I recommend securing the area in preparation for shuttle extraction.
It's an ambush.
That's me, Shepard.
Perfect!
Star Trek 5 has a lot of fucking problems. Like, the story of everything that went wrong behind the scenes is more entertaining than the actual movie. So I wouldn't blame you if you skip out on that one. But 6, The Undiscovered Country, is really fucking good. And it is the send-off that the original crew deserved. It is a great film. Highly recommend it.
Quarian life signs are stabilized. I recommend securing the area in preparation for shuttle extraction.
Well, you can blow those rocks up. I didn't know that.
It's an ambush.
Down you go. Target down.
Enemy down. on, we need to leave.
Incoming.
Enemy down. One left. Enemy down.
Alright, let's get on the shuttle with the Quarian. Generations isn't a bad film, but it isn't a great one either. And unfortunately, it has a less than fitting end for Captain Kirk in it, which he should have gotten the send off in the 6th movie, Star Trek 6, instead of that. The way his character goes, that is just disappointing to see. But First Contact is 100% worth your watch. That is easily the best of the Next Generation movies and one of the best Star Trek films. Highly recommend. Make sure there's nothing in... Yeah, this is why you always check.
Probe away.
And then Insurrection.
Launching probe.
I would call Insurrection mostly decent, but not all that memorable.
Probe launched.
I don't remember a lot about it, to be honest. I've seen it a couple times. And I remember the last one, Nemesis, a lot more than I remember it. I don't know what that says about it, because Nemesis is widely considered to be not particularly good. I didn't think it was bad. I didn't think it was bad at all. You know, I've actually got a VHS copy of that is a promo copy that was one of those ones that they gave out to the stores to play on their TVs as you were that they would have up there as you were shopping. Yeah, that's the copy I've got. It's pretty cool to have, because those versions are rare. I mean, it's still just the same movie, but those copies are pretty rare, so that's cool to have. I like that movie. I think it's fun. It does this weird thing where it turns into Dune for a little while, and they're riding around on a buggy on a desert planet.
Probe launched.
It's pretty cool, though. I enjoy it for what it is. It's not a mind-blowing movie or nothing, but I enjoy it for what it is.
Probe launched.
And then I know I've seen the Star Trek films after that. I remember liking the 2009 one with J.J. Abrams. I remember it being a fun flick.
Probe away.
And then I remember Trek fans fucking hating it. They seem to hate all three of those, honestly. I don't know. Beyond's fun. Beyond is a fun watch. Like, Into Darkness, I get it. It's Wrath of Khan, but, like, worse. I get it. It's Wrath of Khan, but without Ricardo Montalban being fucking amazing.
Probe away.
It's just... Why would you... It's like, why would you watch that when you could just watch Wrath of Khan, you know? I almost missed this little planet here. And I would just recommend watching Wrath of Khan instead. It's a much better written film. Okay, yeah, sure, the visual effects aren't probably going to be up to par of what is in that movie, but everything else about it is better. You know? Just watch Wrath of Khan. But Beyond's a fun watch. It's kind of got some goofy, dumb shit in it. They're leading a swarm by playing the Beastie Boys at one point. And it's like the definition of completely nonsensical and stupid, but undeniably awesome. That whole sequence, that's what it is. It's dumb, I know it, but God, it is so cool. And I have... Beyond that, though, I haven't really seen Star Trek Beyond, that wasn't meant to be a pun. But The Next Generation, like... I didn't really see hardly any of Voyager, Enterprise, or Deep Space Nine. So I'll pretty much be watching all that stuff for the first time when I get to it. Which I will get to it in time. Just because I love Star Trek. And after that, I have heard very little good about... Like, I've heard Discovery is awful.
Probe away.
People I trust, whose opinions I trust, who know my taste, have told me Discovery is awful and I would hate it. Apparently they made the entire thing non-canon with the main Star Trek timeline or something. I was reading about that. The news story publisher said that one of the other shows
Probe away.
made it non-canon. Apparently the first two seasons of Picard, I have heard, aren't particularly good, and season 3 is a lot better. I've heard Lower Decks is all kinds of awful.
Launching probe.
I don't even remember the other. Is what, Strange New Worlds? Where they decided at one point to make Stacey Abrams
Probe away.
the president of Earth or some weird shit. Like,
Probe launched.
that is so... Why? Just why? The Democrats tried so hard to make her a thing, and it's just failed at every turn. I imagine her being on Star Trek was probably part of that.
Away.
And it just did not work, and everybody thought it was cringe.
Probe launched.
It's a shame. I want Star Trek to be good. You know? I want it to be good. Alright, let's go to the last Project Firewalker place.
Launching probe.
Did you guys enjoy that Gears of War stream? I had a lot of people chatting in that. Far more than I usually do. I usually don't have anybody chatting at all. But I had quite a few people chatting in that. I had to pause multiple times just to catch up with chat. It was a lot of fun, man. I'm playing the PC version of the game. Which I found a physical copy of the PC version from 2007 at a bookstore a used bookstore near where I used to live, called Half Price Books.
Launching probe. Probe away.
And it was complete inbox version. And you know, with PC games, there's always that fear that it's not going to let you install it because CD keys, one-time use only. Kind of fear, you know what I mean?
Probe away.
But that didn't turn out to be the case with this one. I just installed it, and I installed a couple mods to get it to run, like removing games for Windows Live from it, and a few other things, and it ran like a dream. I can play the original Gears of War at 60 FPS and resolution significantly higher than the original Xbox. You know, my monitors are 1440p, so I was playing it at that. And it looks good and plays like a dream. Plays far better than it ever did on the original console. And I was a little worried about playing it with a keyboard and mouse. I probably shouldn't have been. Just because I've beaten it, you know, multiple times, and every single time I've beaten it, which was twice on the Xbox 360, once co-op with Dalton, where we played for the channel, and once by myself many years ago.
Launching probe.
And once on Gears of War Ultimate Edition for the Xbox One. Played that on my Xbox One X. So I'm very used to playing it with a controller, having done so 3 times with a controller now. But this PC version works great. I wish GOG would preserve it. I know that we have Ultimate Edition on PC. I know. I still think it would be cool of GOG to preserve the original PC version, and they've done that.
Launching probe.
You know, for games that have gotten remasters in the past where they preserve the original versions. And I know that the Ultimate Edition is also getting a remaster. That's interesting because that'll be the very first time Gears of War released on the PlayStation platform, which I'm actually excited about. A whole bunch of people get to experience it for the first time, and that'll be interesting to see how they respond to it, having never gotten to play it before. It's fun, especially co-oping it with friends, you know?
Launching probe. away.
But for those who don't know, the PC version released in 2007 originally,
Probe away.
and that is where, you know, in the Ultimate Edition version, there is a series of levels where you're dealing with the Brumac and you eventually kill it in a boss fight. That wasn't in the Xbox 360 version. Because the Xbox 360 version, it's like you get in the vehicle, the Brumac approaches, you drive away, and then the next, it's just, oh hey, you escaped the Brumac, good job.
Probe launched.
I have to have missed something here. But this PC version, Gears Ultimate, has the extra chapters where you deal with the Brumac.
Probe away.
And those chapters were originally released in the PC version of the game. That's where that came from.
Launching probe.
So, and I didn't play those versions until Gears Ultimate Edition. Those levels until Gears Ultimate Edition
Probe away.
on the Xbox One. Played it on the Xbox, on my Xbox One X.
Probe launched. Probe away. Probe launched. Launching
So it'd
probe.
be cool to see them play out in their original form, released for PC. I wish 2 and 3 would have gotten PC releases, and maybe Judgment. I still kind of want a co-op Judgment for the channel at some point with Dalton, if we can. I'm not even sure if you can do co-op games on the original Xbox anymore.
Probe launched. Probe away.
But if he doesn't mind it, I think we might do that at some point. And then, unless we want to do Ultimate Edition, I guess we'd be done with Gears.
Probe away. Probe away. I have detected an anomaly.
Okay, you can scan this one. So this is the last one.
Probe launched. Scans have found something.
Holy shit, look at that.
Probe.
I decided to play it on the hardcore standard difficulty, and you'll notice watching that, when watching me play that I suck at Gears of War. I am not good at it at all.
Probe launched.
Come on, there's got to be more big spikes than this. Come on. There we go.
Probe away. Probe launched.
I am not good at the game at all. And it's going to take me... I'll probably get frustrated fighting General Ram, because I remember even on casual, that can be a tough fight.
Pro.
But I'll beat it. Alright, let's land. Let's finish off Project Firewalker. We were supposed to go to Lowe's today to get the stuff, but that didn't wind up happening. Whatever, that squad works. It was supposed to rain a bunch, so Mom decided against it. So we put it off till tomorrow. By the way, I should be on
Kinetic barrier detected. Kinetic barrier strength beyond conventional weapon capability. Recommend disabling power sources.
Alright, let's gather this first. This thing controls so much better than the Hammerhead does. I'll probably get Gears of War on the PlayStation 5. What's interesting about it is it's getting a physical release on the PlayStation 5, but not any other console. But not on Xbox. Keep in mind that this is a series that was once in development for the PlayStation 3. They were developing a PlayStation 3 version of Gears of War 3, which you can find footage of that on YouTube if you look. And Microsoft bought the franchise to keep it from coming to a Sony console. So to see it coming to a Sony console is wild. And to see it get a physical release on Sony's console, but not on Microsoft's console is even more wild. Alright, let's exit the Hammerhead. It's so weird to see Gears coming to PlayStation 5 and getting a physical release on it when it's not getting a physical release on this side. Spectacular Time, however, has proven to be the real enemy, even though those Blue Suns thugs hired to protect the dig site, we barely managed to erect a shield before the Geth arrived. How can they know our movement almost before we do? I am beaming my thoughts directly to them. I must find out how they're doing this. I shall ask Dr. O'Loy for whatever help provide. But I'm kind of looking forward to that version of Gears of War. We'll see. I wonder if it's going to offer up any additional...
Dr. Aloy must have been indoctrinated by the Reapers. I found him sending our data to a Geth ship. I won't be responsible for another Geth attack. Another Eden Prime. I've silenced Aloy. Forever.
This should come in handy.
It's too late for me. They're still in my head, stealing my thoughts. I can't keep them out. I've got no choice but to destroy this relic. And myself.
Alright, let's save before we do this. Got it. Awesome. Dr. Case has never understood the deal I made with the collectors. He obsessed with these Protheans. He would sacrifice everything to learn the secrets. It nearly cost me my life, but I did it for you, Helen, to ensure you remain safe. The damn collectors agreed to spare your colony in exchange for the Prothean find. I can only hope you remain innocent of all this ugly business. It was all for you, Dr. Robert Aloy. Alright, I think that finishes Project Firewalker.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Alright, we'll check that in a bit. I want to go do that upgrade. Now let's check the private terminal. Cyanide. A Cinead, thank you. Please accept my sincere appreciation for your efforts in locating the wreckage of the Cinead. This ship has a storied history with both the Bagard fleet and Cerberus. We are pleased to know that her wreckage can be salvaged by my people in finding and stabilizing Lieutenant Forzen. You have returned the flotilla one of its newest and most honored heroes. Your efforts in furthering Quarian's search for new homeworld will be remembered. A very capable team analyzing the data you gathered from the Geth's research into atmospheric changes. We hope it may open up new avenues for terraforming procedures in the future. The tech used in the beacon also contains communication innovations that would help us develop better systems to reduce atmospheric noise. There's no evidence of Prothean activity on this planet. Burst of energy that coincided with your retrieval of the Prothean artifact contained coded information. Most of the data was beyond our ability to track, but the new threads we were able to decrypt have provided new avenues for research on energy transfer and biotics. It will help keep scientists busy for years to come. The data indicates that the artifact is currently inert and not dangerous. We wonder, however, if Dr. Case had more time, would he have unlocked its secrets? We will continue this research. A landmark find for humanity. Good work, Shepard. Where to next? Check. Reaper, IFF, Samara, Tally. Let's do Tally's loyalty mission next. I'm going to pause here and I'm going to use the restroom. I will be right back. All right. I am going to be on. I am going to be doing the Legend of Zelda Four Swords stream. From what I gather, Four Swords, the original, is very short. So we should be able to finish it tomorrow.
Probe launched.
That'll be at 2 p.m. Central. I'll be streaming Four Swords, and
Away.
I'll be bouncing it off of my stream, and should be able to finish it up. It'll be sometime after that we're going to Lowe's. So just a heads up, I'm going to be doing Four Swords with Leo, Sheep, Doge, and Lysander again, just like we did last week, which was a lot of fun.
Probe launched.
I never played Four Swords. We're probably going to eventually do if we can find a way to play it over the internet, we're probably going to eventually do the other Four Swords as well. Four Swords Adventure, or whatever it was that released on the GameCube. I think it was called Four Swords Adventure. But I never played it for myself. If it's anything like the Four Swords for the Game Boy Advance, which is what we are playing, that should be a lot of fun.
Launching probe.
Watch them add it to the Switch 2 library of games for the GameCube
Launching probe.
with online multiplayer. I think there's like a fan mod that lets you play it online with friends. I'd have to double check that, but I think there is.
Launching probe.
That would be a lot of fun to co-op, actually. Why is that so blurry?
Launching probe.
Oh, there, it's not blurry anymore. That's good.
Probe launched.
I can't wait till I have everything set up I need so I can start saving money for things for myself again. I want to get a PNG tuber. That'd be really cool. Of Doomdog.
Launched.
Eventually, I would love to get a VTuber avatar. I should be live. What the fuck just happened?
Launching probe. Launching probe. Launching probe.
There, I'm live again. Great. Now I'm gonna probably have two pieces of the live stream that I'm gonna have to stream together and render.
Launching probe.
Great.
Probe away.
'Cause that's always fun.
Probe launched. Launching probe. Probe away. Probe away. Launching probe.
I hate it when it does that. I want to get wired internet in here, damn it. The sooner the better.
Probe launched. Launching probe.
Because I'm tired of this. You gonna give me a big spike or not?
Probe launched.
Waste of my fucking time. Alright, there's a good one. There's another good one.
Launched.
It went down to poor. Okay, we found the spot. I don't know if it's just because this office is not ideal for a Wi-Fi connection, or
Probe launched.
if it's just shitty. The place I live in has shitty internet, or what? But it just drops. Or it slows to a crawl, and I fucking hate it.
Launching
Like, we're playing for 500 megabytes per second. It should not be dog shit slow. Ever. You know?
probe away. Launching probe. Launching
And it frequently is, and it pisses me off. It's like, I want what I pay for. You know? But I really need to get a wired internet to the various computers in here. So we have one left. Pause. Let's go take care of it. Sure, it's only got one, huh? Ezo. Fucking nice. Oh, a lot of Ezo on this planet. Alright.
probe launched. Launching.
Third big spike of it.
Probe away. Probe away.
Finding tons of element zero on this planet. Look at that. It's still rated as good. You absolutely sure this isn't a resource-rich planet instead of just good?
Probe launched.
Because I keep finding big hits. There, drop down to moderate.
Probe launched. Probe launched.
That's good enough. Alright, let's go help Tally. Migrant fleet. Dock. Let's bring Garrus. He knows her. That was the crew, big part of the crew in the first game. Let's bring Garrus. Fuck yeah. My boy.
This is Talizora Vasnima Naraya, requesting permission to dock with the Raya.
Our system has your ship flagged as Cerberus. Verify.
After time adrift among open stars, along tides of light and through shoals of dust, I will return to where I began.
Permission granted. Welcome home, Talizora.
We'd like a security and quarantine team to meet us. Our ship is not clean.
Understood. Approach exterior docking cradle 17.
She's got a good loyalty mission.
Captain Shepard, Talizora told me a lot about you. I wish we could be meeting under more pleasant circumstances.
I never actually reached the rank of captain. Technically, I'm no longer in the Alliance military at all.
You're the commander of the Normandy, responsible for the lives of all. That entitles you to respect among our people. May you stand between your crew and Har as you lead them through the empty quarters of the stars.
Keep us alive. It's an old ship captain's blessing, Shepard.
Alright.
Telly helped the Normandy's crew out of many difficult situations. I'm here to return the favor.
I understand. As the commander of the vessel she serves on, your voice carries weight. I wish I could do more to help Tali. The trial requires that I be officially neutral, but I'm here if you need to talk. They're charging you with bringing active Geth into the fleet as part of the secret project.
That's insane. I never brought active Geth aboard. I only sent parts and pieces.
You sent Geth materials back to the migrant fleet?
Yes, my father was working on a project. He needed the materials. If I sent back something that was only damaged, not permanently inactive, no, I checked everything. I was careful.
Technically, I'm under orders to place Talizora under arrest pending the hearing. So, Tali, you're confined to this ship until this trial is over.
Thank you, Captain.
Preparations got underway as soon as you arrived. The hearing's being held in the Garden Plaza. Good luck.
Alright. Let's start talking to people.
You should speak with Admiral Ra. She's waiting for you up ahead.
I can't believe they're charging Talizora with such a thing.
The window does not look all that clean, bros.
If Talizora can't even get a Quarian captain to stand for her, she's as good as convicted.
Hello.
Talizora of us, Normandy. I am glad you came. I could delay them only so long.
Auntie Ron, Shepherd Vas Normandy, this is Admiral Shalaron Vas Tonbe. She's a friend of my father's. Wait, Ron, you called me Vas Normandy.
I'm afraid I did, Tali. The Admiralty Board moved to have you tried under that name, given your departure from the Nima.
You're an admiral. Does that mean you're one of the judges?
I'm afraid not. My history with Tali and her father forced me to recuse myself.
I imagine father had to do the same.
You'll see inside, Tali. For my part, I moderate and ensure that the rules of protocol are followed, but I have no vote in the judgment.
I take it being associated with the human ship is a bad sign.
They stripped me of my ship name. That's as good as declaring me exiled already.
It's not over yet, Tali. You have friends who still know you as Talizora Vas Nima. Whatever we must call you legally.
I guess we should get started. Does Tali have a defense counselor? Someone who speaks for her side?
Indeed, she does, Captain Shepard. She is part of your crew now, recognized by Quarian law. And remember, an accused is always represented by his or her ship's captain.
So, you would actually speak for my defense?
I'll do everything in my power to help you, Tali.
Thank you, Shepard. I could not ask.
We need to
for
get
a
her out of
better
this shit.
Our legal rules are simple. There are no legal tricks or political loopholes for you to worry about. Present the truth as best you can. It will have to be enough. Now come. I promised that I would not delay you.
Alright, let's go. We're gonna do our best. There's more to it than just this trial. There's more after this.
This conclave is brought to order. Blessed are the ancestors who kept us alive, sustained us, and enabled us to reach this season. Keep us alive. The accused Talizora Vas Normandy has come with her captain to defend herself against a charge of treason.
Objection! A human has no business at a hearing involving such sensitive military matters.
Then you should not have declared Tali crew of the Normandy, Admiral Chorus. By right as Tali's captain, Shepard must stay.
Objection withdrawn.
Not off to a good start, bros.
Your crew member Talizora stands accused of treason. Will you speak for her?
It is my pleasure.
Helps Tali, I will. But in her heart, she remains Talizora Vas Nima, a proud member of the migrant fleet. I regret that our captain is forbidden to stand at her side today.
Nobody has been forbidden from anything. It is a simple...
Lie to them if you must, Zalcoris, but don't lie to me and expect me to stay silent. The human is right.
Admirals, please. Shepard's willingness to represent Talizora in this hearing is appreciated. Tali, you're accused of bringing active guests to the migrant fleet. What say you?
How could Tali have brought Geth to the fleet while serving on the Normandy?
To clarify, Shepard, Tali isn't accused of bringing back entire units, only parts that could spontaneously reactivate.
But I would never send active Geth to the fleet. Everything I sent was disabled and harmless.
Then explain how Geth seized the lab ship where your father was working.
What are you talking about? What happened?
As far as we can tell, Tali, the Geth have killed everyone on the Alarai. Your father included.
What? Oh, Keela.
I appreciate the need for this trial, Admirals. But right now, our first concern must be the safety of the migrant fleet. The Normandy stands ready to assist in whatever capacity necessary.
Thank you. Quarry and strike teams have attempted to retake the ship. So far, without success.
Shepard, we have to take back the Alarai.
The safest course would be to simply destroy the ship. But if you are looking for an honorable death instead of exile...
I'm looking for my father, you Bastet!
You intend to retake the Alarai from the Geth? This proposal is extremely dangerous.
We must. We gotta.
Mission, Admirals, yes. The good of the fleet must come first. And Tali needs to find her father.
Agreed. And if you die on this worthy mission, Tali, we will see that your name is cleared of these charges.
We can discuss that later.
Then it is decided. You will attempt...
I have no intention of dying.
You are hereby given leave to depart the Raya. The shuttle will be waiting at the secondary docking hangar. Be safe, Tali. This hearing will resume upon your return, or upon determination that you have been killed in action.
Alright, let's make our way to the Alarai.
Thank you for agreeing to take back the Alarai, Shepard. The Admiral sounds sure that my father is already dead, but... I don't know. We won't know anything until we get there.
You alright?
How are you holding up? They just threw a lot of fire at you, even before telling you about your father.
I knew this would be bad, but I guess you're never really prepared to be charged with treason. And my father, I don't know. He could still be alive. They don't know for certain that he's dead. I just don't know, Shepard, and I need to find out.
Alright, let's go.
Right. The sooner we get to the Alarai, the sooner we'll know what happened.
Shepard, the secondary docking hangar is through the conclave chamber where you are now. The shuttle they have provided is unarmed.
Understood.
Whatever Geth are on the Alarai have likely built more of themselves.
Loyalty to the fleet is about more than just killing them.
Alright, let's talk to him first.
Shepard, how did you get onto the Raya?
Shepard is here to help me with my trial.
Oh yes, I heard about that. I hope you didn't really do what they said you did.
No, Vitor. I would never endanger the fleet.
Hey, this is the guy that we ran into on Freedom's Progress?
Tali could use some friends right now. Would you be willing to tell the Admirals how she helped you?
No, I mean, yes, but I already did. They came to see me. I didn't want to talk in a crowd.
Vitor is doing well, but he isn't ready for a public speech just yet.
I talked to them. So did that soldier, Cal Rieger. We both told them about how you helped us. I hope it helped.
I'm sure it did, Vitor. Thank you.
Do you remember anything else about the Collectors? Anything at all?
Nothing new. I'm sorry. Every time I go back to that place in my mind, I...
Vitor, come back. It's okay.
I want to help, but I can't. I didn't see anything, and what I remember...
Don't worry, Vitor. We're going to find the things that did this, and we're going to kill them.
Good. Thank you.
Hope you're feeling better.
Not many could have gone through what you did and come out sane.
I know. I didn't. But thank you, Commander. It's only because of your help that I've come this far.
Alright, let's talk to Admiral Zen.
Tali Zora, given the circumstances, are you certain that speaking to me is appropriate?
I'm looking for information about the Alarai. I don't intend to bribe you in the middle of the plaza, Admiral.
Pleasure to meet you, Commander Shepard. We owe you a debt of gratitude for your actions against the Geth.
Tali was with me. Saren and the Geth would have destroyed us all without her help.
Your political machinations are transparent, Commander. They are also unnecessary. If you and your father were actually experimenting on active Geth subjects, then you are simply idiots. No reason to waste resources on a trial. If not, then this was a tragic accident in the pursuit of a higher cause. Again, no trial is needed to determine that.
Can you tell me anything about the Alarai?
Listen, we detected several communication signatures before the Geth jammed the comm systems. Given the likely networked intelligence requirements for taking over a ship, expect between 10 and 50 units.
Then this can't have anything to do with me. I only sent parts and pieces, and certainly not enough to make that many Geth.
Alright. What about
It
Geth?
sounds like your ideas about synthetics are in the minority.
Yes, at least on the Admiralty board, Hangerel sees an enemy that must be crushed. Zalcorus would run away and hide on some new colony world. Shalaran is still undecided. I had thought Rael to be firmly in Han's camp, but if his experiments were on active Geth, perhaps we have ideas in common.
You support experiments on living creatures?
Rael should have felt no more guilt experimenting on Geth than I did while performing surgery on a childhood toy.
The fact that you performed surgery on your childhood toys explains a great deal, Admiral.
A ship travels faster than I can. With the right programming, it can choose locations, even defend itself when attacked. But it is just a machine. It was built for the sole purpose of serving its master, and it can be dismantled whenever its master desires.
If we don't find Rael alive on the Alarai, what do you think will happen?
The power balance will be disrupted. Han loses a vote for his foolish and self-destructive war. That would favor peace then, as Shalaran is too careful to risk her own neck. But if the Admiral replacing Rael agrees with me, things could become very exciting.
Lack of interest in trial.
If you're not interested in this trial, why not recuse yourself?
And let that aging warship Hangerel and the cowardly Zalcorus be the ones to chart this course. I think not. The broader purpose underlying the trial is too important. Talizora is only peripherally related. No offense intended.
I'm offline. Damn it! Stop this! I fucking hate when it does this. Another preview window's not working. Thanks, thanks. Much appreciated. Okay, let's talk to Cal Rieger.
Shepard, Talizora, good to see you both. Wish you were under better circumstances.
What did they get from our readings?
Damnedest things, just like they said. No way the sun on Haystrom should have been acting that way.
So that dark energy theory is right. That's troubling.
Can't really comment on that, ma'am. I just shoot things.
What are you doing aboard the Raya? It sounds like you gave your report to the Admiralty already.
Well, stayed to argue the charges against Talizora. I've served with her, and she deserves better than what she's getting.
Thanks, Cal.
Just stating facts, ma'am.
Have you had any luck talking to the Admiralty board?
Admiral Ron asked my opinion about the Geth since I'd fought on Haystrom. She and Admiral Gerrel are hoping you'll kill a bunch of Geth to get the crowd on your side, then find evidence to clear your name. They were hesitant, but, well, you didn't have many other options, ma'am. I recommended getting you onto the Alarai. I hope you can handle it.
You did the right thing. Thank you.
Dark energy.
You said that your mission had something to do with dark energy.
Right. Remember the damn sun on Haystrom? Shorted out everything. Way too much radiation? The sun's getting old. Only it's not. Dark energy. It's reducing the mass of the star's interior. Techs are worried.
Do you think the Geth are responsible for what's happening to Haystrom's sun?
Keela, I hope not. They can screw up a star. Our chances in war are even worse than I thought.
I don't think this is the Geth. It would take massive time and resources to affect a star like this deliberately. It's too inefficient to be a weapon, and even the Geth wouldn't destroy a useful star system. Besides, they didn't show up until we did.
Hope you're right, ma'am. Synthetic bastards are bad enough as it is.
What does that dark energy buildup mean? Is it something we should worry about?
Sorry, Shepard, I don't know what it means. Just that it has the scientists worried.
Hopefully it's isolated, some rare phenomenon. If dark energy can destabilize solar material. Probably not something to worry about now. But resources in this galaxy are scarce enough without stars suddenly going dead.
Some days I think flying around in the fleet without a planet of our own is the right idea.
Your health.
Not bad, Rieger. You took kind of a beating on Haystrom.
Physical damage wasn't bad. I was down for about a week with infection, though. Figure I got off easy. I don't have to face those admirals.
With your immune systems, it couldn't be easy for Quarians to fight a war. You'd lose more people to infection than injury.
We can't afford a frontline attack, that's for sure. Have to fight smart. Ideally from orbit.
We do have stockpiles of antibiotics. It's not as though everyone would die from a single shot.
No, Shepard's right. You've only seen our strike ops tally. Don't have all the fancy equipment in the frontline fight. Supplies get strained. Things get ugly, fast.
We should get going.
Good luck on the Alarai. Stay safe out there.
Alright. Alright, so up to you. Let's talk to you.
You set me up, Shala. You told Captain Donna not to say anything? I don't hear that my father may be dead until I'm in the trial? Why?
The admirals needed to hear the shock in your voice, Tali. Otherwise, they might not have let you try to retake the Alarai. That is your best chance at recovering evidence that can exonerate you. I am sorry. We cannot afford sensitivity, Tali.
I know you're trying to help her, Admiral, but that was over the line.
She has nobody else to speak for her, Shepard. I am doing everything in my power. That's what her father would have wanted.
Don't say it like that. He could still be alive on that ship.
You should get to the Alarai soon.
Yeah,
There's
no.
nothing else I can tell you.
What can you tell us about the Alarai?
Not much, I'm afraid. Real Zora only said that he was researching new defense technology.
He told me only that he needed any Geth parts or pieces I found. I assumed he was testing weapons on Geth components.
We knew nothing until the Alarai sent a distress signal, then went dead. We didn't even know about the Geth until a boarding team was attacked.
You're saying there's no data about the inside of the ship.
That's exactly what I am saying. The Marines who survived and escaped saw bodies in the halls. We must assume the worst.
No, we don't.
How long have you known Tali's family?
Since before Real was an admiral. 25 or 30 years, I'd guess. I was there when Tali was born. Her mother and I had synced up our suits so we could be in the same open-air room. I was sick for a week, but it was worth it. I was the one who took Tali from her mother and put her in the bubble. She cried so hard.
I don't understand. You put your children in bubbles?
Environmental units. It's a step between relying on the mother's immune system through nursing and getting a suit of one's own.
The bubbles let parents take their children out of the clean room safely. We don't wear suits until adolescence.
There's a celebration when a child gets her first suit. It's a coming of age.
What about Tali's father?
About Rail's involvement in Tali's life.
It's difficult to explain. I shouldn't.
It's all right, Anshala. No secrets between shipmates. I think I told Shepard about my father.
If you say so. Real was committed to the Quarian cause. That didn't leave him a lot of time for his family. He wanted to give Tali and her mother the home world, or a strong fleet at least. That was how he showed his love.
What kind of evidence will carry weight with the admirals?
Tali, you admitted to sending Geth parts to your father for his project.
Yes, but never anything that could have come back online on its own. I took every possible precaution.
Then find records of your shipment and experiments. Something that proves you were careful. Something that proves that this is all just a terrible accident that nobody could have foreseen.
Okay, Admiral
There
in
seem to be
fighting.
some other arguments going on among the admirals.
You caught that? Yes, the Geth's presence makes this a touchy issue. The Admiralty Board is trying to determine whether to focus on colonial development or attempt to retake the homeworld.
You're thinking of war with the Geth?
I am not, Tali, but others are.
I know the migrant fleet is formidable, but even you can't take on the Geth.
We grow tired of wandering the stars, Shepard. We want our world back. We have paid enough for our mistake. I'm not giving you my opinion. I'm telling you which way the wind is blowing.
All right.
Good luck on the Alright.
Tali.
Fuck off, bot.
I'm glad Admiral Rahn got you leave to hit the Alarai. Hopefully you'll find something that clears your name.
I'm more concerned with finding my father, Admiral.
I wish you luck. Blow up some Geth on the way. And your Captain Shepard, Admiral Hangarel Vasnima. You got Admiral Corris backing up worse than a Krogan toilet. I'm glad to see Tali's captain knows how to handle a courtroom.
I'm just here to help Tali, Admiral.
I'm glad someone is.
You believe I'm innocent, don't you, Admiral?
I know you and your father. You put too much of yourselves into this fleet to do anything to jeopardize our safety. And you're both smart enough not to make mistakes like the ones they're saying you made.
Can you tell me anything about the Alarai?
Nothing good. We sent some of our best Marines into that hellhole. Damn few made it back. Whatever Rael was doing, it blew up in his face.
His voice sounds so familiar.
Geth. Don't go in expecting
Admiral, my father, your friend, is on that ship.
I know that, Tali. But if Shala hadn't suggested you might volunteer, we'd already have destroyed the Alarai. That's where we stand.
Other admirals?
Tell me about the other admirals. Anything that might help me change their minds about Tali.
The one you didn't recognize, Tali, is Admiral Zen. She's on the fence. She takes fleet safety very seriously. On the other hand, she's always been in favor of studying the Geth. I hope she sees the benefits of Rael's research. Admiral Corris is the same whining suit wetter he always was.
What makes him so bad?
You disagree with Admiral Corris's policies, I'm guessing. Or is it personal?
Man is a damn Geth apologist. Thinks we were wrong to try to destroy them centuries ago. He wants us to search for new colony possibilities instead of taking back the home world. Any research on the Geth makes him angry. You don't have much of a chance with him, I'm afraid.
Okay, history of Rael Zora.
You and Tali's father go back a long ways?
We served together on the gunship Yaska during a bad Batarian raid. We were kids, serving pre-pilgrimage as trainees. Crew of 10, and 6 were dead. Kinetic barriers were down. Rael and I were alone on the bridge, and the Batarians had drawn off a tramp freighter.
What happened?
Did you save the freighter?
Our ship was under orders to hold position, but Rael looked at me and said, "We're underage. You can't charge us for breaking formation." He took the helm, I took weapons, and we brought that freighter back. The crew called us heroes. Brass called us idiots. They slapped medals on our suits, then kicked us off to pilgrimage a bit earlier than usual. That's Rael for you.
Admiral in
We're
fighting.
dealing with more politics than just Tali bringing back equipment.
You noticed that, did you? Tali's father wasn't just running weapons tests on the Geth for fun. He was looking for something to give us an edge when we attacked the Geth in full-scale war.
I know Father wanted to retake the homeworld someday, but are we that close?
I don't know, kid. We almost had the votes. We just need to give people hope for victory.
That's a risky proposition.
Find someplace to live, Admiral. But it sounds like you're playing with fire.
We're too comfortable now, Shepard. We've got the largest fleet in the galaxy and we just ride around doing nothing.
We might need that fleet to help fight the Reapers, Admiral.
Then we need a world to shelter our non-combatants while we do it.
We'll deal with that in the third game.
Thanks for the information.
Hang in there, kid.
Thank you, Admiral.
Alright, let's deal with that fucking bot. Or there's no... I can see it on my fucking screen. But I can't do anything about it. What the fuck? It's just this possible ban evader, but I can see the... But that's why I can't do anything about it. Whatever. Okay, you. Chorus.
Judging by your ability to play to a crowd, human, I have done Tali a favor by stripping Vas Nima from her name.
Commander Shepard, this is Admiral Zalkorus Vas Quib. Do not ask about the name.
I take no pleasure in this, Tali, truly. You have gravely endangered and dishonored our fleet.
Lab ship.
Can you tell me anything about the Alarai?
Only that you should have let us destroy it. When we find the evidence of what Tali and her father did there, any hope of convincing the other admirals will die.
I did not bring active Geth to the Alarai, Admiral. I know how dangerous that would be. I only brought pieces.
The captured ship with its crew slaughtered by living beings in pain belies your argument.
Let's not ask him about the nickname because Tali didn't want us to.
What exactly is your problem with my crew member, Admiral?
I respect Tali immensely. Her actions against Saren are to be lauded. But, like her father, she wants nothing but the destruction of the Geth. The people we created. The people we wronged.
The Geth drove us from our homeworld.
Of course they did. We tried to kill them.
You and the other admirals appear to have some disagreements beyond Tali's trial.
You are correct. Tali, I apologize for it being brought into your proceedings. The other admirals are pushing for war. Rael Zora was researching new weapons to use against the Geth. They would see our fleet destroyed in the skies over our homeworld, rather than find a new colony and adapt.
You favorite
Can
piece?
the Quarians coexist with the Geth after all your history?
We'll find out in the third game.
We all deserve to find out. They are our children, Shepard. We have all done horrible things to each other, but it has to end. For both groups. That is why I cannot sanction whatever experiments you helped enable, Talizora. I believe this message needs to be sent.
I understand, Admiral. I do not agree with you, but I understand.
We should move on.
Goodbye, Talizora. Be well.
You can ask him about the nickname if you want.
I don't hate you, Tali. I just think your father's plans for war were...
But I'm not going to bother. I have in the past. Alright, let's see if let's run around outside this area, see if there's anyone else we could talk to. I don't think there is, but I wanted to double check.
The human can work in crowd, I'll admit that much.
Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet, boy.
If anyone can... My father dead? Or trapped on the Alarai? My name stripped? How could you not tell me this, Captain?
I'm sorry, Bastard. I was under orders from Admiral Rand herself. I couldn't say anything. She wanted to get you onto the Alarai. She said that the Admiralty Board needed to see your reactions. For what it's worth, I'm sorry. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
Who decides where the migrant fleet is going?
That's a more complex question than you might think. The Conclave votes on where we're going, but the Admiralty works out how we get there safely. Avoiding areas of piracy, scheduling resupply. That's all.
Know what you have to say?
Seems like you're cut out of the loop.
Raya has a representative in the Conclave, like every other ship. But me, personal, I don't get to say in anything that happens beyond my ship's hull. If my crew doesn't like the way things are going, we're free to leave the fleet at any time. Of course, since the Raya produces about a third of the fleet's food, they try to keep us happy.
Who decides where the migrant fleet is going?
That's a more complex question than you might think. The Conclave votes on where we're going, but the Admiralty works out how we get there safely. Avoiding areas of piracy, scheduling resupply. That's all.
Seems like you're cut out of the loop.
Raya has a representative in the Conclave, like every other ship. But me, personal, I don't get to say in anything that happens beyond my ship's hull. If my crew doesn't like the way things are going, we're free to leave the fleet at any time. Of course, since the Raya produces about a third of the fleet's food, they try to keep us happy.
Fleet's current location?
Here. A binary blue giant system isn't the most hospitable place in the galaxy.
Not if you're looking for a planet to land on. We've been doing a lot of deep-range travel. The bulk of the fleet is here to charge up using photovoltaic solar cells. We're running an ice mining operation at the Red Dwarf 6 light years off. They haul it here, and we melt it for water, or crack it into deuterium, hydrogen, and oxygen.
Guarding the Normandy.
Inside our ship.
Aside from the fact that your crew is Cerberus, technically it's under quarantine. Any accidental intership contact could sicken or kill our crew.
Is that everything? Yep, that's everything. Okay. Let's make our way to the Alarai.
If Talizora is stuck with a human captain...
Talizora and her father are out of...
Hey, not just any human captain. I kicked Saren's ass in the first game, okay? I helped stop a Reaper. Thank you very much.
I didn't expect a human to be such a good speaker.
I mean, I'm Commander Shepard. What do you expect?
Loyalty to the fleet is about more than just killing Geth. Talizor is guilty.
Shut up, asshole.
If Talizora is stuck with a human captain, at least it's an eloquent one.
Thank you.
Talizora Vas Nima. Oh, sorry. I mean Vas Normandy.
No offense taken. The change in name was not my choice.
Per Admiral Rand's orders, the shuttle is prepared for you and Captain Shepard Vas Normandy.
Can you tell us anything about what we'll find on the Alarai?
I'm afraid I don't know much. Not many Marines made it back from the initial assault. They talked about massive waves of Geth, though. More than there should have been.
There shouldn't have been any at all.
Right. I mean that they're afraid the Geth are building or repairing more of themselves from materials on the Al-Arai.
We're ready, let's go.
To the Al-Arai.
Of course. I'll unlock the shuttle now. Good luck with those Geth, Talizora. Kila Selah.
Give me a sec. All right, let's take back the Al-Arai.
Want some more?
Gotcha, bitch. Where did the Geth get all the weapons, I wonder? I mean, this is a lab ship, so surely they didn't just have tons of weapons sitting around. And again, maybe they did. Maybe they needed it. Because they knew they were dealing with the Geth, and they thought that something like this might happen. And it did. Let's save before we hack this terminal. There we go, we got it.
This is one of the storage units I sent to Father. Looks like parts from a disabled repair drone, plus a reflex algorithm that I didn't recognize. I got this on Haystrom.
Reason for selection.
Worth sending back to your father.
It had to be in working order, something that could be analyzed and integrated into other technology. Anything new had priority. Technology the Geth had developed themselves, signs of modification, clues to their thinking.
Okay, shipping
How did
methods.
you get these things to your father?
Sometimes I left packages at secure drops in civilized areas. Someone on pilgrimage would see that it was shipped home. For very valuable finds, I'd signal home, and Father would send a small ship.
Salvaging
It
Haystrom.
was a war zone. How did you salvage gear in the middle of all that?
These suits have more pockets than you'd think. Quarians have learned how to salvage whatever we can, whenever we can. Within reason. We're not Vorcha, but we repair what most people would throw away. Hundreds of the ships in our fleet were salvaged wrecks, either found dead in space or purchased for next to nothing.
Does any of this help?
Salvage gear give you a clue as to what happened here?
No, I don't know. Shepard, I checked everything I sent here. I passed up great finds because they might be too dangerous, prone to uncontrolled reactivation or self-repair. I don't know which possibility is worse. That I got sloppy and sent something dangerous, or that Father actually did all this.
We'll find out, Tali.
Who's running the system diagnostic? I didn't authorize. Oh, Keela. How many get their networked?
All of them. Rail Zora.
Shut it down. Shut everything down. They're in the system.
Well, that doesn't look good. Okay, so it wants us to go the other way, so we're going to go here first. Okay, save. Save before we hack this. Got it. Awesome.
We can use this.
Fuck yeah, new upgrade. Okay, let's go this way then.
Hostile spotted.
Get in cover. Lots of credits on this ship. We'll have to go back to the
Lockdown navigation. Weapons are offline. Our mistake won't endanger the fleet. We're burning through the door. I don't have much time. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Jonah, if you get this, be strong for Daddy. I love you very much.
Well, that's sad. Got it. Boy, we're getting all kinds of credits on this mission. We're definitely taking a trip back to the Citadel after this.
Get ready to fight.
This should slow him down.
Alright, cool. Okay, there's more ammo. Good. Refined palladium. Okay. We definitely want some of that shit. Okay, that door can't go through. Fuck yeah, I got the safe.
This console might have something. Most of the data is corrupted, but a few bits are left.
Oh boy. You may not like what you see, Tali.
We're performing experiments on Geth systems, looking for new ways to overcome Geth resistance to reprogramming.
Do you think testing weapons on the Geth was right?
It's not testing weapons on prisoners, Shepard. I only sent Father parts. Even if he assembled them, they wouldn't be sapient. You saw what Saren and Sovereign did with the Geth. Any research that gives us an advantage is important.
Did you know what kind of tests your father was running?
No, Father just told me to send back any Geth technology I could find that wasn't a direct danger to the fleet. I suspected he might be testing weapons, but I thought he was just working on new ways to bypass shields or armor.
Anything useful?
Could any of that data clear your name?
Doubtful. This is mostly results data, effects of different disruptive hacking techniques. I don't understand all of it. But they may have been activating the Geth deliberately. I don't know. Nothing here says specifically, but if they were, then Father was doing something terrible.
They're incredibly
You
dangerous.
promised you'd build me a house on the homeworld. Was this going to bring us back home?
Maybe it's time for your people to let go of reclaiming your world from the Geth.
You have no idea what it's like. You have a planet to go back to. My home is one pole breach away from extinction.
You've got a place here, Tali. Don't throw it away in a war you don't need.
Don't need? Shepard, if I don't wear a helmet in my own home, I die. A single kiss could put me in the hospital. Every time you touch a flower with bare fingers, inhale its fragrance without air filters, you're doing something I can't. Damn the pilgrimage. Without it, I might never have known what I was missing, what we had lost when we lost our home world.
Have the Quarians considered colonizing a new world?
We'd have enough difficulty reacclimating to our own native environment. Adjusting for exposure to a foreign colony would be even harder. It's the difference between 60 years and 600. For anyone alive now to watch a sunset without a mask, we must take back our home. At the very least, we can take back one ship. Come on.
All right. Let's open the door. Oh, wait, that's Garrus. Don't shoot Garrus. Garrus is space, bro. We don't want to shoot Garrus. Yeah, there's a lot of Geth here. Tali. Fuck! Where'd you come from? Heal first. Die, you son of a bitch. Fuck! Hide. Hide. Can I get over there? Not from here, at least. Alright. More credits. Boy, there's a lot of credits on this place. No?
First victory. Our hacking attempts failed. The Geth have an adaptive consciousness. Hack one process and the others autocorrect. Still, we're making progress. Rael Zora is convinced we'll have a viable system in less than a year. This weapon will put our people back on the homeworld, and it's all because of Rael Zora.
Okay. No. No ammo drops?
Father!
Oh, that's not good.
No. You always had a plan. Masked life signs or an onboard medical stasis program, maybe. You wouldn't. They're wrong. You wouldn't just die like this. You wouldn't leave me to...
Hey, come here.
Damn it. Damn it.
Oh, that hurts.
I'm sorry.
Poor Tally doesn't deserve this.
Sorry about it.
Maybe he would have known I'd come. Maybe he left a message.
Tally, if you are listening, then I am dead. The Geth have gone active. I don't have much time. Their main hub will be on the bridge. You'll need to destroy it to stop their VI processes from forming new neural links. Make sure Hangel and Daro Zen see the data. They must.
Thanks, Dad.
He did what he could.
He knew you'd come for him. He was trying to help you. It's not perfect. It's not what you wanted. But it's the best he could do.
I don't know what's worse. Thinking he never really cared, or thinking that he did, and that this was the only way he could show it. It doesn't matter. One way or the other, I cared. And I'm here. And we're ending this.
Let's see what's in here. Power cells. Oh, 2 saves. Okay. That's 1. And that's 2. Credits. Sweet. Okay, so that's bulletproof. Moment of truth.
This console is linked to the main hub Father mentioned. Disabling it shut down any Geth we missed. It looks like some of the recordings remained intact. They'll tell us how this happened, what Father did.
You okay?
You sound like you don't really want to hear it.
No. We have to. I know. This is terrible, Shepard. I don't want to know that he was part of this.
Do we have enough parts to bring more online?
Yes, the new shipment from your daughter will let us add 2 more Geth to the network.
We're nearing a breakthrough on systemic viral attacks. Perhaps we should inform the Admiralty Board, just to be safe.
No. We're too close. I promised to build my daughter a house on the home world. I'm not going to sit and wait while the politicians argue.
We'd have an easier time of it if Tali Zora could send back more working material.
Absolutely not. I don't want Tali exposed to any political blowback. Leave Tali out of this. Assemble a new Geth with what we have. Bypass security protocols if need be.
It sounds like he was doing this for you.
I never wanted this, Shepard. Keela, I never wanted this. Everything here is his fault. I tried to pretend it didn't point to him, but when this comes up in a trial, we can't tell them. Not the admirals, not anyone.
Tali, without this evidence, you're looking at exile.
You think I don't know that? You think I want to live knowing that I can never see the fleet again? But I can't go back into that room and say that my father was the worst war criminal in our people's history. I cannot.
Rael Zora doesn't need you to worry about him anymore. You heard him say he didn't want you to be caught in the politics.
You don't understand, Shepard. They would strike his name from the manifest of every ship he ever served on. He would be worse than an exile. He'd be a traitor to our people, held up for children as a monster in a cautionary tale. I can't let all the good he did be destroyed for this, Shepard.
We're not going to decide anything here. Let's see what the Admirals say once we get back.
Alright, let's go
You're my
back.
captain in this hearing, Shepard. It's your decision. But please, don't destroy what my father was. Come on.
We'll see. We'll do our best.
Decided we're already dead, and none of this will matter.
We will do our best, Tali. How Paragon am I now? Almost completely full. $37 hours. Okay, so how much? I should have enough credits to get the remainder of the update.
There is no reason to think Tali Zora survived.
Sounds like the hearing is already underway.
We're right here, jackass.
It's only been a few hours.
The Quarian Marines lasted less than 5 minutes.
You're literally saying that while Tali's standing right next to you, jackhole.
Very well. Is the Admiralty Board prepared to render judgment?
Sorry we're late.
Tali Zora Vas Normandy saved the Alarai. I hope this proves her loyalty to the Quarian people.
Her loyalty was never in doubt, only her judgment.
Perhaps Tali Zora can offer something to encourage more trust in her judgment.
Did you find anything on the Alarai that could clarify what happened there?
Shepard, please.
Does Captain Shepard have any new evidence to submit to this hearing?
I don't need evidence.
Saren and the Geth at the Citadel. That should be all the evidence you need.
I fail to see what relevance...
You're not really interested in Tali, are you? This trial isn't about her. It's about the Geth.
This hearing has nothing to do with the Geth.
You want people to sympathize with them. And Garrow wants to go to war. None of you care about Tali. She knows more about the Geth than any other Quarian alive. You should be listening to her, not putting her on trial. Tali Zora saved the Citadel. She saved the Alarai. She showed the galaxy the value of the Quarian people. I can't think of stronger evidence than that.
Are the admirals prepared to render the judgment? Tali Zora, in light of your history of service, we do not find sufficient evidence to convict. You are cleared of all charges.
Fuck yeah!
Commander Shepard, please accept these gifts in appreciation for you taking the time to represent one of our people.
If you appreciate me, then listen. The Reapers are coming. I'm going to need your help to stop them. Please don't throw away your lives against the Geth.
Thank you, Commander Shepard. I hope this board carefully considers your advice.
This hearing is concluded. Go in peace, Tali Zora Vas Normandy. Kila Salai.
Well, we got her out of her trouble.
I can't believe you pulled that off. What you said. I've never had anyone speak like that on my behalf. Thank you for being there for my father and me. Even when... Thank you.
We can still go back in and get you exiled if you want.
But I'm fine with things like this. It's fun watching you shout.
Tell me about what your father said, what he did. You deserve better.
I got better, Shepard. I got you.
Come on, Tali Zora Vas Normandy. Let's get back to our ship.
Thank you, Captain.
This is valuable.
Boy, that's a lot of Paragon, isn't it? So what does that put me at? Full? Hell yeah. Where Paragon is? Shit. Okay. Let's go back to the Normandy. We're gonna go... $45,000 credits. We're gonna go back to the Citadel and try to get the last of the upgrades. I think there's only 2 left. And the stream is buffering again. God damn it! Okay, there we go. We got that.
No messages for you, Commander.
Alright. Okay, let's talk to Tali. I think she's down in engineering, if I remember right.
Keela, I'm sorry I dragged you into Quarian politics.
It disconnected again. God damn it, why? Why does my internet gotta be shitty like this? It fucking pisses me off. How many different parts am I going to have to string together?
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.
Okay, don't. One more left with the heavy pistol damage. This is the last place we need to go. Go back to the Normandy. So we still have one upgrade to get here. How much money do I have after that? Oh, come on. $43,000. Okay, I'm gonna save here. I'm gonna call it. And we still have more side quests and shit to do next time. But for those tuned in and watched, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. Come on, hurry up! I gotta pee. Shit. Talk to you guys next time. Bye bye.